What's up, everyone? So, the day is finally here for the pre-order for Blitzway's Delorean Part 2, and I pre-ordered this an hour after the pre-order window opened, and I was very excited. This will be my first Delorean. So happy to be collecting at a time where previously all of this came out before and I didn't have a chance. And as you would have it, this is a good deal because this is not much more than the Hot Toys DeLoreans from the past, just maybe a couple $100 more, but you get a lot more with this offering from Blitzway than you did with Hot Toys. We're going to go through some photos, but there is a promotional period now from now until April 19, and if you pre-order between this window before April 19, then you will get 3 special gifts, which is the hoverboard, which is a magnetic stick, and then 2 interchangeable license plates. So I am more keen on the hoverboard and the California Out of Time license plate. And today, when the pre-order launched, they revealed a lot more photos. So this thing will weigh quite a lot, around 20 pounds or 9 kg, and not the whole car will be die cast, just some structural parts with the car, which I'm completely fine with. I expected a lot of the majority of the body to be plastic. I think it will be, as long as it's not a cheap feeling hollow vehicle like my Tumbler, then I'll be completely okay with it. So you're going to get a few accessories with the car. I like that they included the almanac, the Biff's cane, and a beer can. Yes, it would be nice if they included a banana peel, but not a deal breaker. I believe this is the most accurate DeLorean to date. There are some things that may be not inaccurate, but someone pointed out the lack of weathering, but that's not inaccurate because the weathering was more shown in the first movie, not the second movie. So this one appeared at the end of the first movie and the majority of the second movie. The flux bands, which light up blue, replicating the time travel, is an amazing feature which hasn't been shown in any of the previous 1/6 scale DeLoreans from Hot Toys. Hot Toys, to me, is not very good. This one blows the Hot Toys one out of the water. So there are 8 features with this car. There is the motorized movement with the doors, the Gullwing doors, and the automatic windows. Now, people have said that these are novelties that they could do without, but really, actually, I think that we haven't seen these features before in a car, and I very much welcome that. They are activated with a magnet if you use the magnet stick. So the hoverboard special edition accessory acts as a magnet, and if you use that and touch it at various sensors on the vehicle, it will activate those movements. So the door, if you touch it, near the door handle, I suppose, or near the middle part of the door, it will activate that door opening effect. And if you touch the window, it will activate the window movement. I have heard that some people would have liked a remote control. Sure, I would have liked that too. However, it's not a deal breaker to me because I won't be displaying it in a display shelf, in a in an enclosed display shelf, and it's not something that I think is a deal breaker because you can't possibly just design the whole vehicle just for people who keep it in a display shelf. Blitzway went with a magnetic stick, so that's something that we have to go with. And to me, it's not that bad at all. It actually is, it could be more convenient, actually, if it's magnetic. With a remote control, it could break, you could lose the control. So those are issues with the control. But as I said, I mean, it would have been nice to have a control, but it is what it is. It's a magnet. The rear of the car, the lights looks accurate from the photos. The thrusters also look like an accurate color. The motorized LED wheels. Now, it has been mentioned in the product page that if you keep it on the base, which activates the automatic wheels that turn horizontal, you need to have a constant power supply. And so with that, it needs to be plugged into a USB. However, this one also operates on a battery, on batteries. So I think there's options to use either power supply, batteries or USB, but only if you're using the base. If you have the car on the base, which needs to be powered constantly, then the USB should be used. Another, I think, is a very overlooked and underrated feature is the steerable front wheels. If you move the steering wheel, that should move the front wheels left or right. And this looks better than it sounds, because it requires some intricate engineering to be able to achieve that. Most cars, or almost every car out there in 1/6 scale, doesn't let you do that. If you move the steering wheel, it's not connected to the front wheels. We haven't had a close look up at the interior much, but the lights, the LED light up features all look very good. The flux capacitor is a constant stream, a blinking effect. It's not a slow blink like the one in Hot Toys, which is inaccurate. And this thing looks to be more accurate to scale. It looks bigger than the Hot Toys one. Real leather seats, also a really good addition. When you get this in hand and you just touch the leather seats, I think it will feel and look really premium. Onto the little drawbacks now that I've heard, which is the for one, I think the biggest one for me would be when the motorized doors are activated, it doesn't make that Delorean, that sound effect of the doors opening, which I would have really liked, but it's not a deal breaker. If you watch the video clips that Blitzway have posted on Facebook, it just makes that motorized sound. But that's not the most important thing. I have also heard that the gull wing doors don't fully open all the way up, which is a bit disappointing, but from the photos, I think it opens up to a good level anyway. And last but not least, the wheels, I don't know if they roll, but this is because they're of the from what is known from the Hot Toys version. That one doesn't roll due to the mechanics of having to turn those wheels horizontally. So I don't know if that's the case with this one. I hope not. I would assume that you can roll the wheels and just have the car going back and forth. And onto the door, I would also hope that you can open and close that manually without a electronic motorized function. So if all of that is enabled, is functional, and they give you that, then this is just like amazing. This is fantastic. This is just an incredible piece. I'm very, very glad that I pre-ordered this. And I did also forget to mention the turning indicators. So anything that can resemble a real life car, I think is very welcome. Now this is ready to be expected to be released at the end of this year. Yeah, the turnaround time is also great. Wouldn't mind it if it was early next year either, just to help me with pacing out some of my orders. But besides from that, that's all there is to it, really. If you even want this above 70%, then I think you should pre-order it. I pre-ordered it at Blitzway, the global website, and do it during that promotion period before April 19th to get those special gifts. And no doubt this will be a piece that is the definitive version of the Delorean Mark II. I don't see anything really being topped by this. Any other company making a Delorean will not top this one. So now is your chance. Go and get it. That does it for this video. Thank you, and I'll see you again next time.